it took way too long for them to actually like create easy product. I feel like it was over a year in the making. And then he had one jacket, which I thought looked pretty terrible. I don't know if that sold well.
Rap Life Review. We are here this week, the team, Nadeska and Low. I am Ebro. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. We appreciate all your comments. We love the hate. They love the love. So I should say I love the hate. They love the love. Please don't hate on them. EST G-Ski, what up, bro? Great album. Got the joint with Jack Harlow on there. Something real dope with Jeezy on that album. I loved hearing Jeezy on that. I know you're a big Jeezy fan. You want to say something?
Big Jeezy fan. You know, Jeezy has not been my favorite over the past couple years.
He slumped a little.
Slumped a little bit.
Okay.
But he has a new single, Drama. But this verse is very vintage.
Yeah.
Reminds me of the TM101 days, TM102. I got word that he might be dropping a project or a Gangsta Girls with Drama sometime soon.
All right, I like that.
But,
I like that.
You know, whenever it comes, you know, I'm very, very highly hopeful for it. But this verse gives me a lot of faith.
Speaking of Gangsta Grills, Simba with DJ Drama. One of my favorite rappers on the come up right now, Simba. Are you familiar with Simba yet? Have you dug in?
A couple songs, not all the way in.
Not all the way in. Now, he's got a record with Pusha T on this project that's phenomenal, produced by, I think Dr. Dre got on the boards a little bit on that record, so
he's got a record
Simba's
with
got a
2
promising thing.
Yeah. And he did that Funk Flex freestyle.
Yeah, when that flex, talking about Tupac.
Exactly.
Yeah, I love that. Before we move forward, we want to say rest in peace to the good brother PnB Rock, who was fatally shot at the Roscoe, one of the Roscoes in LA. A lot of finger pointing, a lot of emotion, a lot of anger. PnB Rock, one of the great songwriters and artists in the game, helped a lot of people, collabed with a lot of people. And it's just another tragic story. A robbery, they say, botched robbery gone wrong. I don't know if there's any other details you guys want to add in here in Nadeska or Low, but it's just sad.
It's a very, very sensitive topic because a lot of finger pointing was to his girlfriend for posting the location.
I want to say that's completely wrong.
Yeah, and that's
foul.
That's very, very foul.
And that wasn't just his girlfriend, that was his children's mother too, right?
Yeah. But I don't know, it's a lot of hood politics involved. It's a lot of, security, move with security, move without your jewelry. It's a lot of just like...
A lot of talk about how you should be moving if you're an artist and if you're wearing jewelry.
I don't know how to even talk about it. I don't even know where to begin about it. It's senseless. The hood check-ins, going to the wrong Roscoe's, it's a lot of moving pieces. But, I just want to be very sensitive and very mindful that, still a young artist lost his life.
And there's nothing you can change, so the finger pointing, obviously useless after the fact. I mean, I've met him one time. He was a really, really nice guy. I know he had a really tough upbringing. He's been working really hard to get out of the hood and provide for his kids and for his family. So it's unfortunate now. I know he was just celebrating dropping new music, being independent right now. So, just horrible all around. So just sending love to his family. Because I
literally just saw him 2 months ago on a flight. And was like, yo, bro, what you been doing? And I've interviewed him a number of times. And we've had him up here at Apple before, you know what I'm saying, supporting him. So, it's one of those tragic stories of just the streets. In other news, Kanye West, another breakup. I mean, he's got the greatest breakups of all time, this guy.
Well, this one was a long time coming. I think he said Gap didn't fulfill their obligations, but it sounds like it took way too long for them to actually create easy product. I feel like it was over a year in the making. And then he had one jacket, which I thought looked pretty terrible. I don't know if that sold well.
I also read that the woman that originally did the deal left the company.
Yes, I did hear that.
Which I think kind of glossed over, and we're getting into business politics. I think that's glossed over. So if somebody brings you in for a deal and you have expectations of how this deal is going to run,
and then
that person leaves, and then the people in charge now start moving differently, it makes sense that this isn't gonna end amicably.
Yeah, no, when I saw that fact, when I saw that point, I'm like, okay, that kind of makes sense because you don't know what kind of relationship they had before, or after she left. You don't know who took over. You don't know what their intentions were with Kanye. They may have had a problem with him or whatever the case is. So this doesn't surprise me.
So you think it hinged on one person? That seems like a lot for such a big deal.
Yeah, a relationship could really hinder how you move forward in your business. We don't know what, negotiations they had or what promises she made to Kanye, and her just leaving kind of just leaves him falling flat in front of people that he may not have a relationship with.
Well, and you're talking about Kanye West.
I was gonna say, I think
tough manage
it's a good
anyway.
Right, exactly.
Right.
Maybe it's just a personality thing because, of course, like one person leaving could derail things a bit. But for a company as big as Gap and a brand as big as Kanye, it seems a little bit wild that just one person can make a whole deal fall apart. But yeah, I guess a few things were at play.
Kanye, literally the only person Kanye hasn't broken up with is Pusha T.
I mean, I think that's a sense of loyalty with Pusha. Like, I think Push understands Kanye in a way that we may not. You know, I think they have a relationship that is...
Well, I think Pusha has also kept it to music mostly. And the, you know what I mean? Versus some people have had, and I think they're friends too, and there's a, like you said, a mutual respect that goes back farther.
Yeah.
But I think it's interesting that, I mean, Adidas, he's trying to get out of, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Gap,
Out of.
Kim Kardashian,
Out of. Well, he got pushed
Big
out
Sean,
Yeah.
Out of.
Cudi.
Cudi,
Well, Cudi called him a dinosaur, so I would leave too.
Tiana Taylor.
I don't know about that one.
I mean, didn't she like retire and she's off good music or whatever?
You know, I mean...
Is 2 Chainz still on good music?
No.
He was never really on, was he? I thought
I
he was
don't
just
think,
affiliated.
I don't think he was.
God,
He
was
also played it
affiliated.
smart, but him and Kanye, I think, are still good. Because I
Yeah.
think, again, maybe you need to know where to draw the line and have the boundaries so you don't
That
get
is very
like,
true. And I
too
think that's
caught
what Pusha knows how to do. He's like, all right,
Yeah.
I know how to maneuver with this individual.
Eminem has done a interview with XXL. I was surprised to see this. You guys say you weren't surprised.
No, I wasn't. That
Well, because I don't
relationship-
see a lot of Eminem interviews, so I didn't expect the next one I saw to be in print in XXL, but I'm happy for XXL.
Yeah.
And you guys said that the relationship goes all the way back.
I mean, yeah, XXL has always been really, really tight-knit with Eminem, and obviously we know the tension between them and the Source, or M and the Source, and Benzino and the Source, whatever the case is. But I was not surprised to see Eminem do a print interview with XXL. And, you know, some very, very interesting things came out. Eminem saying that J. Cole and Kendrick inspire him to be the best rapper that he can be.
Love hearing that.
which is also not surprising. And it makes me wonder who else at Eminem's age and at that stage in their career is looking at guys like Kendrick and Cole and
All of them.
like
All
Jay.
of them.
You think Jay's still
Absolutely.
looking at him trying to?
Looking, if you say looking, listening, seeing what the competitive
out-rap
landscape. I
him.
mean, if you compete in anything, rap is very competitive.
You think that's how Jeezy still feels? You said you just like this verse after not feeling.
I don't
it
know.
for a while.
I think with Jeezy, I think I think he's not tapped in correctly. I think he's not listening to the right people. But because he's on that ESTG project, I think there's some competitive spirit that's kind of brewing with him. And I really want him to get back in. I really want him to tap in because, you know, Jeezy's one of the trap forefathers. And I think that he kind of slipped off in the last couple years. But, you know, the new products that he's putting out, the new verses that we're hearing, I think there's something brewing that can remind us of a TM101 or remind us of a Trap or Die or remind us of the recession. You know, maybe I'm shooting too high, but, you know, I always want that from my, you know, my older guys.
You want the old stuff by the old album, man. You gotta let people grow.
I'm not done. I like to hear the spark. We talk about what God did with Hove. I like to hear the spark to see my guys still go. You know what I mean? I love these young guys, Lil Durk, Lil Baby, you know, all these guys that are really, really taking the forefront. But I like to hear my, you know, my OGs still compete.
And you still think God Did is one of Hope's best verses
yes,
ever?
I do.
The 2022 BET Hip Hop Awards.
Hey.
I have not read them all, but I did see that Drake leads the pack with 14 nominations.
Okay.
I think
Kanye West comes in second with 10.
Yeah.
Third most goes to Kendrick Lamar, who
What
has
else?
9.
Yes.
Any other notable takes from the BET Hip Hop Awards? Nadeska, anything
Should
you
we
want to
just
call
do
out?
should we just do the big one, the hip hop album of the year?
Hip Hop Album of the Year. Let's go.
What
All
they
right.
nominate? Go ahead.
Lotto,
Okay.
Drake,
Okay.
Kanye, Future, Pusha,
Mm.
Nas, and Kendrick.
It's between Pusha and Kendrick for me.
Yeah.
That's it.
What
And
Drake
Lotto has a
probably-
great album. I actually love Lotto's album. But Pusha and Kendrick.
It's Almost Dry.
That's you.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
Still bang, yo. But that Kendrick album, man. What other categories are there? Any other interesting categories?
You guys don't want to do Hustler of the Year, right?
I
Probably
want
not.
to do Hustler of
All
the
right,
Year
how
because no
about-
other award show has this category.
Yeah. All right. Grammys don't got this one?
Hell no. Grammys ain't up on the Hustlers.
50 Cent,
Okay.
still hustling. Cardi,
Okay.
Khaled,
Okay.
Drake, Jay, Kanye, and Megan. That's quite the variety of hustlers.
I like this. This is actually one of the more interesting categories because it's about totality
of the hustling.
Of
it all, right?
Okay.
Like who's doing
the accolades.
And I'll be honest.
Who?
Hov's had a quiet year. However, he did do Super Bowl.
Okay.
Like what's Khaled's?
Yeah, what's Khaled?
Is it just the album?
Nah, didn't Khaled? He had some brand Cartier. He had some other things going on.
I mean, he always
there
does
some other
Jordan.
Jordan stuff that he does.
Okay.
He's got some other things going on
he
for
yells
sure.
a lot about it.
All right, so Kanye breaking up with Gap, Adidas, everybody
Well, see,
else.
his hustles
Does that
fell
count?
apart, so he
So
shouldn't
yeah,
win the
he
award.
shouldn't be on there. Yeah,
Okay.
they broke up.
Drake. I don't know what his business hustles have been.
Jordan, Nike, the gambling thing.
What's the gambling?
I think it's called Stake or whatever.
It's like a betting app?
Yeah, it's something he's doing. Like
Okay.
he always promotes it. So like I'll give him that.
Okay.
What else? Yeah, nothing else.
Cardi?
What?
I don't
know
Yeah,
about
what
hustles
hustles? What's she
outside of-
hustling?
Okay. Megan.
She had a new kid, right? She had a baby. What?
Does that count as
The mother- being a mother's
That's
hustle.
mother's
All right.
hustle.
Yeah, all right.
It's a
All
grind.
right, you're right.
All right,
you're right.
Megan has what? Cheetos or Doritos, whatever.
Yeah, she got some brand deals. It's
Sure.
Hov.
Hov got it.
Hov got the
Hov
big
got
one.
it?
He got
Cool.
Super Bowl.
All right.
And as you said, one of his best verses of all time came out
Why
at
you
age
keep bringing that
52.
up?
Yeah.
It's the look in your eyes every time you
Like,
say
yo, he
it,
does
you're
it, like,
clearly-
right there, like-
Yeah, it's...
You don't think
Well,
that's...
because I just want to see if it holds up. That's all. I'm just
Bro, like-
monitoring.
You check
it.
every week to see if
Yeah,
it holds up?
I'm monitoring because people have an affliction. It's called recent bias syndrome.
Recent bias
You're-
syndrome.
are you-
Remember that?
Are you diagnosing me with?
Yeah,
You have recent bias
you've been
syndrome.
diagnosed. All right, last one, I promise. Best collaboration? Are we good with the last,
Yeah, let's
last
go.
one?
Let's
go.
go.
Family Ties, obviously Keem and Kendrick.
Okay.
Yeah.
City Girls and Usher, Good Love.
Okay.
Cardi, Kanye and Dirk, Hot.
Okay.
Jimmy Cooks, Drake and 21.
That's it. That's the one.
Oh, we're done? Because there's also Benny the Butcher and Cole.
I love that
Johnny
record,
P's
but it
Caddy,
ain't
that's
bigger than
fire.
that Jimmy Cook.
Future, Drake and Thames, Wait For You.
Ooh.
And one more, Drake, Future and Young Thug, Way Too Sexy.
No, God.
All right,
No,
so
I
it's
hate
Wait
way
For
too.
You.
I just
No,
wait. Y'all like
that
way too
shit
sexy. I
is
hate
so
way sexy. so
Way
I'm
too
not voting.
sexy.
Wow, okay.
And what's Khaled's album?
Who's on it?
Drake, Baby.
It don't matter. It ain't up for no awards. Move on.
All right, so
back to this.
So it's gonna be Wait For You, Future, Drake and Thames, or Jimmy Cooks, or Johnny P's Caddy. Those are the three. It
I
sounds
like
like
Johnny
we were
P's
in.
Caddy, but that
Yeah.
Jimmy Cooks B is. I mean,
Yeah, that Jimmy Cooks is.
that's big out here.
All right,
And it
done.
shouts out our girl Nadeska
go.
on there.
Yeah.
You know what I
Maybe
mean? And
I'll
my
take-
brother K Slay. We was straight stunting.
Yeah.
Wait, so you gonna go to the awards? And
I mean, if they let me take home a BT award, I'll show up.
You gonna wear the I'm a boss lotto outfit?
All right, I should rent that for the night. I will. Let me have my one night.
So we got some YouTube comments. My favorite segment. I don't know what they talking about.
Favorite
Let me
segment.
see.
We was talking about sampling on the episode. Bodak Yellow, a sample.
Fire.
I like it, a sample. WAP, a sample. Beyonce's album full of samples, but these haters will say it's redundant when Nicki does it. So there's clearly a barb calling you a hater
Yep.
because you didn't like the Super Freak sample.
So this is
Herkan
Karis.
Karis.
Okay, so Herkan. If you watched the episode last week, I said that I'm not a fan of blatant samples. I'm not a fan of blatant just laziness. And, Ebro made a very, very good point about how, Puff and, before people were just looping things, but they found interesting points in the song that made us remember what it is and what it was. What I'm hearing today is just laziness in regards of sampling or flipping. It's not done creatively. The tempos don't change. Even the hooks are the same. So it's not me hating on Nicki because obviously the song's very popular. It's #1. So I got to give her credit where credit is due. But if you know my status, if you know my cloth, I like production. I like, interesting flips.
This person, this isn't really hate, but it says, could you guys break down some of your favorite recent freestyles? And I would have to say, jumping right to it, that Funk Flex that you brought up with Simba.
Yes.
That's my most favorite recent. I also like Joyner Lucas on Funk Flex. I don't know if y'all saw that.
I did.
Where he raps one way and then takes the same words and raps backward.
That's a student of hip hop.
Yeah.
Joyner Lucas is a very, very prolific, lyricist. I don't think he gets the credit he deserves. I think that more eyes need to be on him.
And I love that Joyner Lucas took the rapping thing and putting out hip hop albums and turning it into like Joyner Lucas is known for his visual creations.
Yeah. Let's just finish the question, because this person does mention, they said Simba has been on a crazy run these last 2 years. Do you think those freestyles, so the LA Leakers, Funk Flex, Sway, do you think those freestyles are important for an artist to be respected as an MC?
Absolutely.
I think it's important that we answer that question, because I've had this experience where I used to watch a lot more freestyles, and then there was like this period where I remember specifically I was working on something where there was a freestyle segment, and artists would come in and ask their reps to demand that we like remove the freestyle thing. Like a lot of people just like didn't want, which I always thought was crazy, because if you were a rapper, and these are some of the people who like wanted to be considered one of the best, I didn't understand how this was something that was off limits, you know?
I think rappers are either afraid to do it, they want to act as if they're better than the culture, and don't want to participate in the competitive ways that we go about evaluating skills, and artists want to somehow be like, nah, you know, I'm above that now. Like, I don't do that no more. But I think that's really fear talking, because if you was really that nice, throw a beat on, I get busy on whatever.
Right.
Like, I do rap. Like, I rap for a living. That's my craft.
So it's important, you guys feel like, for them to be respected, because that's the question. But obviously it doesn't make or break an artist. But then an artist who doesn't have that talent, obviously they could freestyle and get clowned for it. That really backfires,
I mean, like that,
too.
like that's what I grew up on. Like that was like my introduction to hip hop. Like, you know, Monday Night Mixtape with DJ Clue, and the Drama Hour with K Slay, and you know, just the Funk Flex freestyle. Like, these are the things that showed me who's nice.
But past tense or present tense, though?
I mean,
still present tense for me.
For me, it's still present tense. Like, even J. Cole did a LA Leakers freestyle, embodied it. Now, a person at his stature, he doesn't have to prove anything. He doesn't have to.
But he cares about
hip hop. But
hip-hop
he cares
enough.
about it. I don't think enough of these artists care about the culture to expose how good they are lyrically. That's why we love you, because you're a rapper.
And I don't know who this was intended for. Turning 40, looking 62. I'm turning 50, so you wasn't talking to me. So that must be the
Who
law.
said that? Turning 40, looking Lamar,
5 days ago.
turning 40. I'd smack this.
That's you? That was intended for you?
Yeah, I think so.
When you gonna be 40, son?
I look 140 now.
Turning 40.
I look 62. Don't do that.
It's the Rap Life Review, man. Ebro, Low, Nadeska, we're here every week. Thank you to Apple Music for making it happen. Download that Rap Life playlist. We'll see you next week.
If you were feeling that episode of the Rap Life Review, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And if you have a question for us, leave it in the comments and we'll hit you back on the next episode.